All right. Obviously, with your past and stuff, you seem to be a man that can pretty well overcome anything.
Trying to.
Yeah, I guess so. With the current lineup that you guys have, would you say this is the strongest lineup you feel you've had since the early days?
Well, definitely. I mean, having Alex and Gray back in the band. Louis would be back in the band, but he's got health issues, so
yeah.
All those stuff for us now. But I'd say definitely it's definitely the strongest lineup with this lineup.
Okay.
We've had some great drummers and great bass players and stuff, and other great guitar players, but it's not as comforting as having the original guys.
Okay. Now, with all the lyrical topics you have on this new album, what would you say is the most closest to you?
Well, there's a song called The Afterlife on there that the last couple of years, my father and Eric's father passed away.
Right.
So we touched on the afterlife.
Right.
That's probably the closest to it.
Okay. Now, with today's scene in quote-unquote thrash versus from the era that you guys came from, what would you say the major differences are in terms of, the younger bands, the older bands coming, back from the old days, that sort of thing? Like what, in your mind, are the major differences?
Well, like in our case, I would have to say that the difference is that we're actually more focused.
Okay.
We're actually better musicians than we were when we were younger. I mean, you're younger creating something and chasing something, because we were basically, grew up around early Metallica stuff. So, all of us in our area were kind of chasing that early Metallica sound, And I think now that years past, we've established our own sound and style, and we're actually all better musicians these days than we were when we were younger.
Okay.
I think we're focused. We're not partying as much, and it's all about music instead of the party.
Right.
Straight.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll give you throw one out there for you. Here. Now, with these stories that you've connected with some of these medicine men, what sort of untold stories do you have?
With what?
With your untold stories about anything that you might have connected with medicine men. Does that make sense?
No.
All right.
And again,
Okay. I was under the impression that you were connecting back to, with Native Indians and whatnot. I'm just trying to understand the history of that sort of thing.
With the Indians?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've never been a real spiritual person, but I think when I got sick, cancer, I tried everything.
Right.
Seeing doctors, and actually started seeing Indian medicine.
Okay.
And doing some sweat lodges and stuff like that, and kind of really reached outside my heritage, for mental strength and inspiration to get through what I had to get through.
Right.
And focus on just getting better.
Okay. I'll throw one last question at you. With so many, I won't say so many, but with a few number of members in and out, how was it really difficult for you to keep the band going for about 2 or 3 of those albums back in the early days?
It wasn't difficult because me and Eric knew we wanted to keep the band going. It didn't matter. I mean, of course, you want to have a steady lineup. But we finally, after changing drummers a bunch of times, we finally came to realize that that's just the way it is. That's never going to be written in stone. And even with the current lineup, with Alex and everybody, I mean, that camp might not last forever either. So it's basically me and Eric as songwriters and musicians writing the songs across the camp.
Okay.
And we've been fortunate enough to have some great drummers and guitar players, some bass players jump on board, which has been real good,
Yeah. All right. Well,
but we've never ever thought of it being
Okay. Well, that's it pretty well for me then. Thanks a lot for your time, man.
Cool, right
Thanks, son.
Thanks.
Talk later. Bye.